You're on FlowFM, this is the Sports Fix, and just before we go...
All aboard the Sports Express, your ticket to sporting news.
Yeah, very rare that we have updates in illegal sports, but that's exactly what we've been offered because a man died recently after participating in the illegal sport of cockfighting. This is over in India, and this man had fitted a 3-inch knife to his rooster. Obviously, the sport completely illegal, but apparently putting knives on these chickens is not uncommon. And sadly, it slashed his groin as he was struggling to hold on to the rooster. It was fighting to get free. Obviously, it didn't want to participate in this sport. Let's face it, why would it? And through all of the frenzy, it cut the man, and his blood loss was so bad he was rushed to hospital, but sadly did not make it. There's many reasons why that sport's illegal, and sadly, that's certainly one of them. In other news this morning, Roger Federer has sparked an absolute frenzy, is the word being used, after posting a picture up on Instagram, and it looks like he's back. He's been out of action for something like 14 months. And he's been teasing it, but he put a photo up on Instagram on the weekend after a training session, and he says that he's going to be playing in Doha, and there is 1 week to go. Very, very exciting. If you think that our umpires are a bit dense, if you think that, they're giving out unfair calls, I feel sorry for umpires because God, they just get such a bad rap, and they get so much negativity put on them from spectators and sometimes players alike. But over in the States, at a college football game, the referee was too busy adjusting his mask that he called the field goal wrong, and then when watching the review, called it wrong again. Even though there was video evidence to show that the field goal was made, he said it was missed, and it's turned into an absolute, kerfuffle is the word I'm going to use this morning. And while we're talking kerfuffles, even professional AFL players have no idea what's going on with this new stand rule that the AFL has brought in. It's certainly created a lot of confusion. When did we decide that more rules makes the game fun? Please, I'm asking you, do us a favour. If you can name a sport that has more rules and gets even more enjoyable and more fun with every rule you add, I would love to hear said sport, because I'm finding that they're just going a little bit overboard with AFL. Is it making the game flow better? Yeah, I'm going to go with no. I am absolutely sure this isn't going to be the last we hear about this rule as the season progresses.
And I don't think that's the last time we'll be discussing that topic, not just here on the Sports Fix, but on Flow FM and the Sports Show. And yeah, it's going to be a topic, I think, for big conversation and more discussion, not just this week, but in weeks ahead. Get set for it. We're going to be talking about it. I can tell you that much, because I know the Flow Man and the Stat Man, they've got opinions and things to say about it, and we're going to share them with you. So make sure you're listening up for that on the Sports Fix as we get to wrapping up our first edition for 2021, March the 1st, the day today. And just before I go, I just want to share with you something I saw over the weekend. I love watching sports videos, and especially those ones that highlight the best in a situation. There was a college, I believe it was it was a high school. So it was a high school basketball game, and the season, because of COVID, had to be shortened. And a player was only 3 points shy of scoring 1,000 points, injured her ankle and her foot in the first game of the season. She was done for the season. Had an operation on the very final game of the season. She came back, hobbled onto the court on 1 foot, stood in the key. The ball was passed to her. She scored a point. Did a thing. The opposing team then, instead of just throwing the ball and them going down the field, they gave the ball back to her so she could get the next one, and then did it again so she could get her 1,000th point. What a brilliant thing. And she did it all on 1 foot. it was only high school, but wow. And that's the kind of thing. We love seeing those amazing sort of videos and moments in sport. They do get you. It certainly got to me, the team, the teammates, the opposition coming up to her. She thanked all the opposition, and that because they didn't have to do it. They really didn't, but they did because they realised how significant a milestone that is. And that's what sport does to you. So if you know of anything like that, please let us know. We'd love to share it with everyone and anyone we can, because it's a great little moment in sport and they really do get to us. So feel free to share it with us and we'll happily share it with others right here on the Sports Fix on Flow FM. You can catch more details by going to the website flownews24.com.au. Look for the podcast, the Flow News 24 team bringing you lots of sport and also other news and that as well. But I like it for the sport, so make sure you check it out. flownews24.com.au. That's a wrap for episode number 1 of the Sports Fix on Flow FM. We'll catch you again from 5 till 6 tomorrow afternoon right here on Flow. Thank you so much for joining us today. We'll look forward to your company tomorrow.